Beneath the frozen expanse of Antarctica lies a world shrouded in mystery, one that has remained hidden for millions of years. We think we know this icy continent, but what if everything we've assumed is wrong? What could be buried under the thick ice, waiting to be discovered? The secrets of this remote, extreme land could challenge everything we know about our planet and life itself. Stay with me as we uncover the astonishing truths that lie beneath the surface. The extreme environment of Antarctica. Antarctica is one of the least understood and most mysterious continents on Earth. Many people are unaware of its true size or shape, partly due to how it's often portrayed as a distorted blob on maps. In reality, Antarctica is the fifth largest continent, larger than Australia and Europe, and more similar in size to South America. It is extremely large, with an area roughly the size of North America, and stretches far beyond Europe when placed on a map. The continent is almost empty of human life, with a population ranging from 4,000 in summer to 1,000 in winter. Temperatures can drop below 34 degrees Celsius, and its remote location makes access difficult. The closest large settlement is Ushuaia, Argentina, about 1,000 kilometers away. The infamous Drake Passage, known for its rough seas, separates the two regions. This dangerous stretch of water is one of the most challenging parts of the world's oceans, with waves reaching up to 20 meters. Given its harsh weather and isolation, Antarctica was not discovered until 1820, when a Russian ship made the first recorded sighting. Antarctica is one of the least understood continents on Earth. What do you think we should explore first to learn more about it? Comment and chat with me. Given how hostile this environment is, it's no wonder why so little is known about Antarctica. But what if I told you there's much more to uncover just beneath the ice? The massive ice sheet and its secrets. Even after over 2 centuries, we still know very little about Antarctica, especially what lies beneath its thick ice sheet. Ice covers over 98% of the continent, with very few exposed areas. The ice averages over 2 kilometers thick, reaching nearly 5 kilometers in some places, holding 61% of the world's fresh water. If it melted, sea levels would rise by about 60 meters, devastating coastlines like Florida and the U.S. East Coast. The ice sheet is so thick that we know more about distant planets like Mars than about Antarctica's interior. To study what's beneath, scientists use planes to send radio waves through the ice, analyzing the echoes. However, flying over the vast continent is expensive and time-consuming. As a result, over 90% of Antarctica remains unmapped. With such a massive ice sheet, the question remains, what exactly is concealed beneath? And could it hold the key to understanding our planet's history? What's beneath the ice? Geography and features. Despite Antarctica's vast ice sheet, the little we know about the continent's hidden features is fascinating. Antarctica isn't a single, unified landmass beneath the ice, as it might seem at first glance. If the ice melted, we would discover that the Antarctic Peninsula is an archipelago of islands, sometimes referred to as Lesser Antarctica. The rest of the continent, known as Greater Antarctica, would remain above sea level and is about the size of Australia. These two regions differ significantly in their geology and history. Greater Antarctica, on the eastern side, is made up of ancient igneous and metamorphic rocks, while Lesser Antarctica, on the western side, is younger and consists mainly of sedimentary and volcanic rocks. Lesser Antarctica is part of the Great Pacific Ring of Fire, a region known for its tectonic fault lines and volcanoes, which have been active for around 35 million years. As a result, many of the islands in Lesser Antarctica are volcanic, even though they are covered in ice. Mount Erebus, the continent's highest active volcano, is located on the far eastern side. It has a lake of molten lava in its summit crater, which has been visible since the 1970s. Erebus erupted as recently as 2020. The average temperature around Mount Erebus is -7 degrees Celsius year-round, with winter temperatures dropping to -20 degrees Celsius and as low as -62 degrees Celsius in August. At these extreme temperatures, exposed skin can freeze in minutes, and hot water thrown into the air instantly turns to snow. This harsh environment is inhospitable to most life forms, making the presence of any living organisms there particularly remarkable. But what if there are even more astonishing features beneath the ice, ones that could change how we view Earth itself? Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Hidden life forms under the ice. Yet just beneath the surface of Mount Erebus is an entirely new world that we've only just started to understand. Decades and centuries of hot steam produced by the Mount Erebus volcano have carved out a network of tunnels through the ice beneath the mountain. Within these subvolcanic ice caves, the temperatures are known to reach as high as 25 degrees Celsius, warm enough for humans to be comfortable in a t-shirt and shorts, despite being in the middle of Antarctica. This means that the Antarctic subvolcanic cave systems may be capable of supporting unique forms of life that we are still in the process of discovering. In 2017, a team led by the Australian National University collected a soil sample from one of these cave systems beneath Mount Erebus. After analyzing its composition, they found traces of DNA from organisms such as algae and mosses, and, more intriguingly, potential traces of small animals. While most of these animal DNA traces were linked to species we already know, some could not be identified and appeared to be closely related to arthropod species, such as shrimp, centipedes, or spiders. This suggests that unknown arthropod-like species may exist in these warm caves beneath Mount Erebus. 15 other active or semi-active volcanoes across Antarctica may harbor similar warm, steam-carved tunnels and caves. This raises the possibility of more ecosystems like this beneath the ice, which remain largely unexplored. Airborne radar surveys over Antarctica have revealed a vast landscape beneath the ice, featuring valleys, riverbeds, and hills, frozen in time and hidden beneath a thick ice layer. Could life exist in such extreme conditions? And if so, what forms might it take? What other surprises could the hidden caves hold? The deepest canyon and geographic surprises. One of the most fascinating geographic features on the continent, which was only recently discovered in 2019, is what we now know as the deepest canyon on Earth's land surface. This canyon, if it weren't hidden by the ice above it, would surpass the Grand Canyon in the United States in size and scale. Beneath the Denman Glacier in Greater Antarctica, there exists a canyon that plunges to a depth of 3.5 kilometers below sea level, which is exceptionally deep. For reference, this canyon in Antarctica sinks to a depth comparable to the average depth of the Atlantic Ocean, and it is nearly half as deep as the height of Mount Everest. The deepest point below sea level on exposed land on Earth is the shoreline around the Dead Sea, which borders Jordan, Israel, and the West Bank, sinking to about 413 meters below sea level. This Antarctic canyon descends nearly 8.5 times deeper than that. Only in the oceans do canyons extend deeper below the surface, and we were unaware of this extraordinarily deep canyon in Antarctica until year 2019, because it has been covered by kilometers of ice for millions of years. Now, imagine what it would be like to view this canyon without all the ice concealing it. But the deepest canyon on Earth is far from the only remarkable geographic feature that the ice of the frozen continent has kept hidden from us. In 1958, a team of Soviet researchers in Antarctica discovered a massive mountain range beneath the ice sheet that had been unknown until then. This mountain range, now known as the Gamburtsev mountain range, was named after the Soviet geophysicist Grigory Gamburtsev. These mountains are roughly the same length and height as the Alps in southern Europe, stretching about 1,200 kilometers in length, with peaks reaching up to 2,700 meters high. They are also completely concealed from the surface because they are buried beneath more than 600 meters of ice and snowpack, and they are just one of many fascinating features hidden beneath the continent's ice. A canyon of that scale would be a spectacle to witness. But Antarctica's secrets don't stop there. There's something even more mind-blowing beneath the ice. Gravity anomaly and meteorite impact theory. In the late 1950s and early 60s, researchers noticed a large gravity anomaly in East Antarctica, where the gravity was weaker than expected. This anomaly, spanning about 243 kilometers wide and sinking 848 meters deep beneath the ice, puzzled scientists for decades. In 2006, a team from Ohio State University, using NASA and German Aerospace Center satellite data, identified what they believed to be an ancient meteorite impact crater buried under the ice. However, due to the remote location and the ice depth, no direct samples have been taken to confirm this theory. If the anomaly is indeed a meteorite impact crater, it could be the largest ever discovered, nearly 3 times the size of the Chicxulub crater in Mexico, which is linked to the dinosaur extinction. To create a crater of that size, the asteroid would have been about 40 to 50 kilometers wide, roughly 4 to 5 times the size of the asteroid that caused the Chicxulub impact. Impact craters on Earth erode over time, so the researchers suggest this impact may have occurred between 100 million and 500 million years ago. This timeline aligns with the Permian-Triassic extinction event around 251.9 million years ago, the largest mass extinction in Earth's history. This event wiped out 57% of biological families, including 81% of marine species and 70% of land vertebrates. If the gravity anomaly is confirmed as a meteorite impact crater, it is possible that the impact could have been so destructive that it contributed to the breakup of the Gondwana supercontinent. The impact may have weakened the crust, leading to the separation of Antarctica, Australia, and India. The deep Antarctic ice sheet may have been hiding the cause of the Great Dying for millions of years. Could a meteorite impact have shaped not only the landscape of Antarctica, but also Earth's history? What if that impact is the key to understanding one of the largest extinction events? Subglacial lakes, hidden water, hidden life. Beneath the vast Antarctic ice sheet are approximately 675 subglacial lakes, with new ones being discovered since the 1990s. One of the largest and most well-known is Lake Vostok, discovered by Russian researchers in the early 1990s, but its finding wasn't publicly announced until 1996. Located about 4 kilometers beneath the surface, Lake Vostok is the 6th largest lake in the world by volume, holding more water than Lake Michigan. This discovery occurred in the same year Tiger Woods began his professional career on the PGA Tour. The water in Lake Vostok is below freezing, averaging -3 degrees Celsius, but it stays liquid due to heat from a geothermal vent beneath the lake and pressure from the ice above, which lowers the melting point. Although this temperature is too cold for most marine life, species adapted to extreme cold, such as Antarctic krill, icefish, Arctic cod, and certain sea stars and mollusks, can survive. Lake Vostok is particularly fascinating because it has been isolated from the outside world for at least 15 million years. If life exists there, it has evolved in complete isolation. In 2012, Russian researchers successfully drilled nearly 4 kilometers down to the lake's surface and brought back water samples for analysis. This discovery raises the question of what unknown life forms could exist in Lake Vostok and the hundreds of other subglacial lakes beneath Antarctica's ice sheet. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of Antarctica and want to stay updated on all the groundbreaking discoveries, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible content. Lake Vostok's discovery raises countless questions, but what's lurking under the ice? What could we find in these subglacial lakes that have been hidden for millions of years? complex life forms in extreme environments. The initial drilling sample taken by the Russian team from Lake Vostok faced criticism due to contamination. The sample was not properly sanitized, leading to contamination by kerosene and bacteria from the drill bit. Researchers identified 255 species of bacteria in the 2012 samples, including an unknown species not found in international databases, which suggests the presence of previously unknown bacteria in the lake. In 2015, the Russian team drilled a second borehole, which they claimed was more sanitized, and obtained a cleaner water sample. However, no results from this sample have been published, leaving it unclear if any significant findings were made. Most researchers believe that if life exists in Lake Vostok, it would likely be limited to simple organisms like bacteria. While this may not seem extraordinary, it has important implications for the search for life on other planets, such as moons like Europa and Enceladus, where liquid oceans lie beneath thick layers of ice. There is also a possibility that more complex life forms exist in Lake Vostok than initially expected. In 2020, researchers studying the accretion ice of the lake discovered unknown bacterial species, including one with an RNA sequence similar to that of rock codfish, found along the Antarctic coastline. This raised the possibility of complex life forms, such as fish, inhabiting the lake. A similar discovery in 2021 further supports this possibility. A team of scientists from New Zealand drilled through a glacier in West Antarctica, revealing a liquid water cavern 500 meters below the surface. When a camera was lowered into the cavern, the team was surprised to find hundreds of shrimp-like amphipods swimming in the dark, isolated environment. This discovery, in an area with no sunlight, demonstrated that complex life forms can thrive in extreme conditions. These findings raise intriguing questions about the potential for similar life forms in Lake Vostok and other hidden lakes beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. Despite the vast size of the West Antarctic ice sheet, much of its hidden world remains unexplored. These discoveries suggest that more complex life may exist in these remote environments. From hidden life forms to deep canyons, Antarctica is full of surprises. What do you think could be the most shocking discovery under the ice? Share your predictions in the comments. If complex life can exist in these hidden caves, could it be thriving in other remote places on Earth? What might these ecosystems reveal about life in extreme conditions? Untapped natural resources and the future. A few dozen small boreholes have revealed a small area beneath the Antarctic ice sheet, about the size of a basketball court. Beyond this, a vast, unexplored region, as large as Mexico, remains a mystery. This hidden world may contain undiscovered life, geographic features, and natural resources like oil, gas, and coal. For millions of years, Antarctica was ice-free, allowing plant and animal life to evolve, eventually transforming into hydrocarbons. Only recently, in May 2024, did we learn more about the potential scale of these resources. A Russian research ship in the Weddell Sea identified an oil field, with estimates suggesting it may contain around 511 billion barrels, twice the amount controlled by Saudi Arabia and 10 times the oil produced by the North Sea over 50 years. This area is located within a region with overlapping territorial claims. Currently, drilling in this area is restricted under the Antarctic Treaty, established in the mid-20th century to prevent exploitation. Before the treaty, several countries laid territorial claims to Antarctica based on nearby territories, including the UK, Argentina, and Chile. These claims have historically led to tensions in the region. With such vast resources under the ice, who owns the right to exploit them? The answer might surprise you, and it could reshape global geopolitics. Territorial disputes and the Antarctic Treaty. In 1959, 12 countries signed the Antarctic Treaty during the Cold War, aiming to freeze territorial claims and prevent military use of Antarctica, ensuring it remained for peaceful scientific research. Military operations, nuclear testing, and dumping nuclear waste were banned, and an independent monitoring system was set up to enforce compliance. The treaty covers all land, ice, and oceans south of 60 degrees latitude. The 7 countries with prior territorial claims had them frozen, making them legally void. The US and Soviet Union reserved the right to claim territory later, while other nations were free to establish research bases. Importantly, the treaty forbids resource harvesting or prospecting, so no mining or drilling has occurred. As of 2024, over 50 countries maintain research stations in Antarctica, many in the warmer Antarctic Peninsula. The U.S. operates the largest base, McMurdo, while Argentina and Chile have established permanent settlements to solidify their territorial claims. Argentina even sent pregnant women to give birth on the continent to strengthen its claim, and since 1978, several children have been born there. The Falkland Islands, controlled by the UK but claimed by Argentina, have long been a source of tension. In 1982, Argentina's invasion led to a brief but intense conflict with the UK. The Falklands dispute remains, but recent discoveries of significant oil reserves in the Weddell Sea, shared by both Argentina and the UK, could reignite tensions. These reserves are worth trillions, and though the Antarctic Treaty currently forbids extraction, it is up for review in 2048. As the ice cover thins due to climate change, accessing the oil becomes more feasible, and countries like Argentina and the UK could push to exploit these resources. If Argentina regains control of the Falklands, it could strengthen its claim to the Antarctic oil fields. The geopolitical future of Antarctica remains uncertain, as control over these resources could shift global power dynamics. So, what does the future hold for Antarctica's resources? As global dynamics shift, could the unthinkable happen in this icy continent? If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.